Average guys for the win!
Hello?
Luigi's Mansion. A nice cut from the average platforming Super Mario Bros. Games, and the first to have Luigi as the main character other than Mario's missing. But let's not make that one count, as it was an educational game. This game is mostly about Luigi looking for Mario after he got a free mansion from a contest that he didn't happen to enter. Mario went ahead to check out the mansion, and Mario got lost, and so Luigi is going to find him once again, similar to Mario's missing, only Bowser hasn't captured him this time. So the main gist of this game is to go along through the game. The way to get the keys and to collect money in this game is pretty simple. To get keys, you have to beat other ghosts, and the ghosts have keys to another room or other ghosts in the mansion. Most of the doors are locked in the beginning of the room, or the game, so you have to look for keys along the way. Some keys are hidden for hidden rooms, and others you can find hidden rooms with lots of gold in them. But I like this game mostly because it's just a step in the right direction for Luigi, as this is his first game, and it was so popular on the GameCube that he's even getting a new one for the 3DS. Luigi's Mansion 2 is definitely going to be a game that I want. So, in the beginning of the game, Luigi finds a key after opening a locked door and encountering his first ghosts. Along the way, he meets a little old man named Professor Egad. He's the creator of the Poltergeist 3000, and along the way through the Super Mario Bros. Games, if you play Super Mario Sunshine, Flood, the water buddy that Mario has throughout the game, will say that he was created by a strange wet old man in a white lab coat, and it will show Egad's symbol on it. Professor Egad is also shown in Mario Party 5 for the building parts machine in the Poltergeist. He's also not too much of an important character, other than just giving Luigi the vacuum and telling him how to purify ghosts. Purifying ghosts is one of the most important things in the game, because you have to make them into paintings, and it just kind of adds a little bit of oddity into it, but I like it, the way that you purify the ghosts. They go through like a sort of painting process. They get turned into visible forms by being made into paintings. Luigi can observe them. He can also constantly call out to Mario, although many people call Luigi a wuss for doing this, because even in this first game he can't stand to not be near Mario. But I like it. I think it's a very nice touch. Another good touch is that when you use the Game Boy Horror to select things, Luigi will give his little opinion about them, whether it's this can fetch a pretty penny, or this is how I like it, nice and clean. I just like how they show Luigi's character in the game, rather than have him be just a normal Mario brother. They haven't done this with Mario yet, so this is kind of unique in a way. When you open the Game Boy Horror, the 3D landscape shows Luigi's head and the map around him. It also shows the key where you're supposed to go next, which I like that too. So the main gist in this game is to hold the R button and to use the C stick and the analog stick to capture ghosts. You tilt it in the opposite direction of where the ghost is going to get more power. So it's basically like a Ghostbusters game, but without the Ghostbusters, and Mario Brothers are in their place. But I don't know, I like it. It's a very nice touch to the Mario Bros. Series, and it's a very good game to have for the GameCube. In fact, this is one of the launch title games, I think. But it was definitely one of the best games I've ever played on the GameCube, and it still shows to date that it can be a really, really good game, even if it doesn't have good graphics. But not everybody can like this game, but those who do will definitely be happy about the future release of Luigi's Mansion 2. Another good thing that Nintendo did was make the boss fights just right. They didn't make them too hard, and they didn't make them too bad either. They made them so they were just able for people who haven't even played a Mario Brothers game to understand anything. They dropped hints on how to beat them, and they were pretty simple to beat anyway. The main enemy of Luigi's Mansion happens to be King Boo, King of all Boos. Throughout the game, you have to capture a certain amount of boos to get past one of the bosses, which is just 20 boos put together to make a big one. The easiest way to beat him is to get him to touch the unicorn's horn and the statue, and then freeze all of them with the elements. Another cool thing that Nintendo implemented within the Luigi's Mansion game is the ability to capture elements, or gain elements for the vacuum. You use these elements with the L button, and you use it like you're sucking up ghosts, only pushing out elements. One of them could be fire to melt ice, another is water, and the last is ice. The other good thing about this game is that while you're playing, you can also look at the age and how the person died by pressing the Z button. You can look at the characters and you can see how they died, their ages, and what they're significant, or why they're significant to the story. Another odd thing that you can do is you can collect pieces of Mario's clothing, as it can be a glove, a hat, his shoes, a letter, or even a star. You do these by searching around the areas very carefully. All I remember is that I'm pretty sure his gloves are in the courtyard, in the very back after you beat Boogmire or whatever. You can usually find it near the outhouse, or if you go in a well, you can even see King Boo with Mario captured in a portrait. The only odd thing is that, why King Boo? The really odd thing is that he has a giant metal Bowser suit, only it looks exactly like Bowser. The easiest way to beat him is to take the spike ball that he throws at you and shoot it at his head, and then quickly suck up King Boo. He has about 400 health, and he's not that hard to beat, but when I was a little kid, I could barely beat him. This game is almost really impossible to lose at, except if you're not very skilled at the game at all. But other than that, this game is just perfect. So, I guess for this game, I would definitely give it a good 10 out of 10 or a 9 out of 10. Although it's a good game, it's a little short. I would have rather had it be a little longer. But definitely it is on the side that you want to get. This is definitely for a GameCube collector. It's just a very good way to cut away from the Mario Bros. Games. And back in 2000, this was actually a really good idea. So, that's all I have to say. And, yeah, so 10 out of 10. This is a really good GameCube game. I'm Mario and Sonic, and I have Jairus Fair here. Peace out. Luigi's Mansion. Secrets. After you defeat the butler ghost Shivered, go into his room, examine the mouse hole right next to the pile of toilet paper, and it'll take you to a secret room. Be careful though, only 2 of the chests will have money. One of them will be empty. The rest of them will contain ice ghosts that can only be defeated by fire. Once you defeat them, you'll find a green chest with a lot of money in it. You can also find money by spinning around the chandelier. If you do happen to open the green chest, you'll find 1 rupee, 1 sapphire, and 1 emerald, a difference that can be made by getting a different mansion. You can either get the big or the small. It's depending on the money you get at the end of the game. You can also find golden mice throughout many hallways of the mansion. If you wait in one area for a while, you'll hear a little jingle indicating that there's a secret mouse there. Capture it, you'll get a lot of money, sometimes even gold bars. If you do find blue ghosts along the way in the mansion, make sure they don't go away. They have a lot of dollar bills, and most of them contain a huge amount of coins. That can make a difference between getting a big and a small mansion.